Good afternoon, everyone. It is February 4th, 2017, and I am excited to do another red hot covered call video. But it's going to be a little different today. I'm going to tell you about a project I'm doing, but then I'm going to ask for your opinion. I want your feedback. I want you to post a comment below. Okay? You are the engine that drives this YouTube channel. What gets me excited is to think about what to talk about, give you my experience so maybe somebody out there is learning something, building their financial education, and they're doing it cheaply. They're doing it for free. So they can ramp up, maybe write that first covered call and collect that guaranteed monthly or weekly income. And then they start doing it time and time again, and it flows like water. Now, hey, look, with that said, I'm going to do a poor man's covered call video. A lot of people have been asking me, so I had to do my homework. I watched the poor man's covered call video 2 years ago, never did the strategy, but a lot of people search it. A lot of people want to know about it. A lot of videos out there. A lot of them are vague. Nobody really boils it down to give you the brass tacks like you want it. And I'm going to do that for you. And I know you'll appreciate it. But here's the deal. I'm doing my own research. And the common theme as I'm watching these YouTube videos and I'm going on websites, and everybody wants to charge you something. Now, hey, if you've watched my videos, I've talked about this in the past, okay? You have different services out there that help you with your financial success, whether that be day trading, swing trading, covered calls, volatility trading. But with it comes at a cost. And trust me, it ain't cheap. Sometimes you're going to pay $50 a month. You're going to pay $500 for a package of information. Hell, I saw one covered call site. They want to charge you $1,200 for a bunch of webinars, hand-holding webinars. What? That's like a broker taking bits of fees time and time again. You have to make X amount of money just to pay them back. This is why I love YouTube. I tell you to use YouTube to get your financial education because it's free. We live in a time where we have great resources at our fingertips to become experts. We don't just become good, jack of all trades. We can become experts with the free information that's out there. But we got to find it. But with that said, I understand that with good information, good training, hey, there's a cost. Somebody puts in their time. They spend for the technology. I talk about, I bought the subscription Born to Sell, the software that'll break down the searches to find good covered calls, so on and so forth. $50 a month. Somebody put in a lot of time to develop that. So yes, they deserve to get paid. And I talk about Alan Ellman's service that I bought. Hey, he has, from what I understand, last I heard, he has a staff of 11 people. They're working, they got to get paid. I get it. But what I want to present to you, I want to present to you something that it really is at the heart of why I do this. Providing good information, free. But if you had to pay for it, would you? And how much would you pay? Because and you're going to hear in this next video that I splice, okay, to this. Because I tried to do a poor man's covered call video and tack this to the back end, and it became a 30-minute video. I don't want to bore you with 30 minutes, okay? I get it. And when you see my poor man's covered call video, you're going to see that I explained that, people do these hour-long videos and you just lose people, okay? So I get it. That's why I'm doing this video first, and then I'll be doing a poor man's covered call video hopefully tomorrow. But getting back to the core, what would you pay for good quality information that helps you in your success of making guaranteed income? I'll tell you what I would do, what I would pay. I was willing to pay for Alan's service. I was willing to pay for the software Covered Call, Born to Sell. I paid for a couple other $10, $15 services. But at the end of the day, I didn't feel like it gave me what I really wanted. And what I really wanted was somebody to really break down the essence of the covered call trade, sort of like I do. I'm gonna treat you to something. I don't know if I like hearing myself talk, but I like hearing myself in my own videos. It gets me psyched to hear myself. I know it's odd. It's third person. I get it. But I like the enthusiasm and I like the breakdown. I like keeping it simple. So with that said, what would you pay? And what would you want in return? Okay? So I'm going to leave you now. But I want your comments. You're about to hear what I'm going to present to you. And you, again, mean so much to me because you give me that inspiration. When you tell me a success story or what you're doing, I like it. I love it because it motivates me to stay on top of my game and keep doing what I do. See, that's why I show you my numbers. That's why I show you my annual numbers. Ain't nobody out there doing that. I probably shouldn't do that. But I do because I know there's two parts to all this. One of them is the knowledge, the financial education, the experience. But the second part is the motivation. Because I'm telling you now, look, I talked to guys that wrote covered calls for years, making 60, 70 grand a year. I talk to them now. They're like, oh, I used to do that. Well, why the hell aren't you doing it now? Because they don't have the motivation. Maybe money doesn't mean something to them. I don't know where they're at in their life. But what I am telling you is motivation, inspiration keeps you going, keeps you doing these things. Okay? So that's what I try to bring you. I try to bring you both sides of it. Try to bring you that side where we learn something from what I do. Maybe you learn not to do what I do. But I give you a little window into my world and I hope you learn from it. The second part is I hope you get motivated. Now, with that said, and I'm telling you, when you hear the next video that's spliced into this video, I'm telling you now, some of those cats that are charging 50, 60 bucks a month, 500, 600, 700 bucks for some information, they're going to cringe. They're going to cringe at what my idea brings. And largely because I want to keep it cheap. This is where I'm going to present something. And I'm glad you stayed to the whole video because I'm going to present something to you that I want you to give me feedback. Okay? And I knew this 2 years ago because I paid the money. I paid the money for Alan Ellman's service. And I told the story of how I paid 50 bucks for his service. I got excited, wanted to do it, but I didn't have comfort. I did not have my experience level higher, so I let it go to the next month. And I got my reports and I felt good, but it was just overwhelming. And then by the third month, I feel like a loser. I end up canceling the service. 50 bucks a month. I gave the cat 150 bucks. He has great information. But look, information is not cheap. Then I went out and, thinking I'm getting better, I bought Born to Sell software. That too, paid 50 bucks. Used it. I did use it once. I made a nice PSX trade. It probably paid for it, but again, it was overwhelming. Then I bought another $10 service. It's a joke, right? But now doing some research, I see these cats out there charging $500, $600, $700, $1,000. And I do these videos for you to get a little peek into my world so you can get a free bit of morsel of information to get better. I don't charge you nothing. I ask you to subscribe just to see my video so you could see the next video. Okay? But what I see is people paying lots and lots of money for information that probably is overwhelming. And they've committed to it. And they're probably frustrated. They're not motivated. They don't have the inspiration. Look, this is what I'm thinking. Hey, I do this all the time. And for me, I look at it like this. What kind of service would benefit me? Right now in my experience, with my experience right now where I'm at, what would benefit me? You know what would benefit me? A list of covered call stocks that are preferable. Some good covered call stocks, say a nice little list of 50, right? With various parameters or various indicators that's going to give us a preferable covered call rating for that week or month. I mean, that would be beneficial. Okay? It would give me a starting point because I get people saying all the time, who do you pick? What do you pick? How you pick? Well, that list might give you a good head start. So my service would give you that list. Then what else would give me value in paying a service? Well, I'll tell you what it would give me. If that person give me that training or giving me that information, what if they picked 5 candidates for that week and talked about them? Why are those 5 candidates better than the others? Or why did they think they were better? And maybe do a video on them. Pick those 5 videos, talk about those 5 stocks and why that person might buy them. And how about this? They pick one of those 5 and actually do it. They actually show you in an account how they do it and they execute it. And then how about this? They come back the very next week. They talk about the list, they talk about the 5, and they recap the week before pick. And they follow that pick to fruition. Whether they bought it back, whether they rolled it up, here's the deal. All these services, to me, get you to the 20-yard line, and then they say, good luck. Now, hey, look, nobody wants to hold your hand all the way into the touchdown because of liability. I get all that. That's why there's disclaimers and blah, blah, blah. But man, I'm not looking to use a disclaimer on anybody. I would just want somebody to maybe hold my hand a little bit closer to the end zone. And that's what I think this idea would bring. Give me a list of things, a starting point, and why I think those are good. Talk about maybe the best 5 and how you would approach those, and then do one of them. And then as the weeks roll on, we then talk about the one that I did and follow that through. Every single week we follow them through. And how about we then have, we do this all on video. Forget reading 9 paragraphs of blogs, okay? They want to see the quick videos. And we do it time and time again. We add value. That's where I'm coming from. That's where I think my service is going to go. So tell me what you think of this. You probably wouldn't buy it if you're an experienced guy. I don't know. Maybe you would. Just tell me what you think. In the comments below, I want you to let me know if I should start that service. Okay? So, hey, look, I hope you learned something about the poor man's covered call. Okay, that's only part 1. We're going to get deeper into it, so I want you to come back. Okay, I also gave you a nice couple videos there you might want to watch. I also talked about we need to understand margin requirements and what you're about to get into. And then I floated the idea of would that service benefit you? And oh, by the way, I would charge you $9.95 for a month for that service. Yeah, $9.95 a month for that service. Why? Hey, you got to charge something because you got to pay for servers. You got to, your time has to be worth something. But $9.95, keep it nice and cheap. So people that don't have that much money, and then as members build up, I'd lower that price. Maybe to $4.95. Okay? Because it's all about us getting the information cheaply, effectively, getting motivation, getting inspiration. That's the idea. So, hey, look, I've gone probably way too long. With that said, I want you to comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. I do love the comments. And hey, look, I hope you do watch my videos. I do a lot of them. Watch that poor man's real estate covered call writing. And hey, until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.